Good evening, everybody. It's Javier, and I'm very excited to be with you here today. I have a lot of information to share with you tonight, so forgive me for going so quickly through the first segment because we got to get to the second segment, which we're going to talk about two main things. So the first thing we're going to talk about is, as you guys know, Anico is out, and we've been searching and searching for a very solid place to take our IUL business to. The annuity is being handled very well, but the IUL has been an issue. Along those lines, we've been very fortunate to have, I want to call it test cases, but to have some people that have been testing different carriers, in particular Columbus Life. And I'm very excited to report that after a lot of extensive testing and more than anything, really getting feedback from the field, we've made a strategic decision to get behind Columbus Life. And I wanted to introduce you guys to the gentleman that's going to help you close as much business as possible with a product that is I can't begin to tell you how good it is. I'll let him tell you a little bit about that. But what matters the most to me is always what the producers have to say. I didn't get a chance to. I had a meeting with Rhett earlier today, and I've been doing back-to-back meetings. I was trying to get a hold of Sarah. So I don't know if Sarah Jensen is on. And if you are Sarah, if you can do me a huge favor and just let yourself be known, because I want to really share with you the positive feedback we've been getting regarding not just the carrier, but this gentleman that I'm going to talk about, the products, the living benefits, and so on. So let me bring this person on right now. And once I do that, next thing we're going to do, we're going to talk about the Cal Savers program, which is something that's in full swing here in California that provides you with a very unique opportunity to tap into the small business market as well. And so what we're going to do is you should have on your screen right now is the following. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and introduce this gentleman. This is Mr. Sam Pitt, is the original vice president with Columbus Life. And I had the pleasure of meeting this gentleman a couple of years back, to be honest with you, back in Santa Ana. I believe it was 2019 or something like that when he came out. And I can't tell you how much it means to, get to meet him, at least virtually with the team, or introduce him to the team right now. The more work that I've done and the more research that I've been doing, the more positive things I've been hearing about this company and most importantly, this gentleman. I told him that there were three things that our team always requires of any partner that we hook up with. And among those things was training, which he's actually going to come out to Southern California to provide some live training in regards to the products. We also want support, and that's another thing that he's committing to. And I will tell you that as soon as he's done doing his part of the presentation, which is just to talk to you, I'm going to put up his V card, which contains his contact information, email address, and personal cell phone number. That's how committed he is to making sure that everybody here has the support for when it comes to Columbus Life. And so if you get a chance, take a picture of this right here or scan it and then download. This is his actual V card so that you can have all his contact information as well. And then we're going to roll right into the actual Cal Savers portion of this webinar. I want to start by bringing him on because I really appreciate him being here at such a short notice. He's been committed to FFS for a long time, and FFS as a whole has been committed to Columbus. I was explaining to him how we are flirting right now with the $1.8 billion of insurance in force, and I'm very proud to say our team has generated, but we got to get over that $2 billion hump, and hopefully Columbus Life plays an important role in making that happen before the year is over. And so without any further ado, what I want to do is to introduce Mr. Sam Pitt. He's the regional vice president for Columbus Life, and to give him the opportunity to basically introduce himself, but also for you to ask any questions, because this is just the first of many events he's going to be attending, both virtually and in person. And he's committed to the cause, and I'm committed, as you know, to the cause. And I always tell him, and like I told everybody, I never take more than I give. And as a team, we want to show them what we are capable of. We have the highest persistency rate in the company. We have the highest placement rate in the company. And that's in great part because we can cheat. All of our people are either our clients or teachers or police officers, so they all have jobs. They ain't going anywhere. And, they're looking for ways to secure their financial future. And so it's like a match made in heaven. So without any further ado, I'm going to introduce him. Then I'm going to turn it over to you guys. So Sam, thank you so much for your time. I'm not sure if you're muted or not, Sam, but if you
Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine, sir. So thank
Okay,
you for
great.
your time tonight, and it's all yours, sir. Go ahead.
All right. Well, thank you for that gracious and kind opening, Javier. I appreciate that. And what a great goal, you guys, $2 billion before the year is out to get you up to that next level. That's amazing. I'll do whatever I can in my part and Columbus Life's part to make sure that that happens. And so this is our, as Javier said, this is our first entry into this conversation. So just to tell you a little bit about myself, before I tell you a little bit about Columbus Life and then open it up for any questions that you may have. I don't want to hijack your meeting, just maybe take 5 or 10 minutes just to at least introduce myself to you and talk a little bit about the company I've been working with for so many years. I've been in this industry for 35 years now, and the last 24 of those years have been with Columbus Life, and it is an incredible company. I've had the pleasure of being in this industry and working with a number of carriers. And once I started working here, the thing that I like about Columbus Life is the fact that it's very old school. The company itself is in Cincinnati, Ohio. So if you ever had any problems or any questions with your cases that are in underwriting, or if you needed to talk to somebody on the sales desk, or you needed to talk to an advanced markets person or policy services for cases that are already issued, it's the same number. It's the same building. So when you call in, they'd be able to get a hold of those folks right away and help you out, which is very important because a number of carriers out there have got, branches all over the country and sometimes even all over the world. You know that when you call us, you'll be able to get what you need right there on the same campus. So that's part one. As far as Columbus Life goes, you want to be able to work with a company that you feel very confident is going to be strong, that they can back up the promises that they make. Columbus Life has been around since 1906. Our parent company is Western Southern. Western Southern's been around since 1888. Fortune 500 company, actually a Fortune 300 company, and has some of the strongest financials out there. A plus rating with AM Best, and has had that A or higher rating with AM Best every single year consecutively for the last 94 years in a row. That's staying power. In terms of, and then I'll drift off the company's strength, but I do want to bring up one more point. The capital to asset ratio that Western Southern, our parent company, has is 14.9%. What does that mean? That means that the company has got assets in the pocket that can weather any kind of financial storm out there, that can back up the promises that we make, that can back up the promises we make to you, and as well as to your clients. So it also gives the company the ability to make strategic decisions. One of the strategic decisions a couple of years ago was purchasing Gerber Life. Many of you are familiar with Gerber Life. That's part of the family of companies within Western Southern now. And so again, that should give you some sense of confidence that we're not going anywhere. And our goal is to be there to support you and your clients. You never want to outlive the company, and you won't outlive Columbus Life. Been around for over 115 years. In terms of the product, I really won't go into product too much tonight, other than to tell you we keep our products very simple. We want you to be able to explain to your clients what it is they're purchasing. We want them to be able to explain back to you what it is that they've received. I find that very important. And I think that's really kind of cool because you guys work with teachers, and it's very important to be a teacher as well as a student and to be able to explain back to you exactly what it is they're getting. And that's part of the simplicity of design. And so that's what we really strive for and we work toward. With FFS, we've been working with FFS for a number of years. In fact, FFS is one of our main, if not our very top relationship. We've got certain things working with FFS that we provide nobody else out there. So I think that you've got a great partner in Columbus Life. We have a great partner in FFS. And so that's why we're all in with you guys. So as Javier said, my information's on a URL code or whatever that was. I'm a boomer, so I don't know what it's called, but it's got my phone number. So you guys feel free to call me. That's my cell number. I'm happy to take care of anything that you need. With respect to underwriting, we've got a number of different programs out there available to try and get cases issued quickly for you. We also want to get the very best rating that we can for you. For all of your clients that purchase permanent coverage, like IULs or no lapse guaranteed products, anything except for term, we have what's called a table shave program, all the way up to age 70, all the way up to $1 million in face amount. Table shave means this. The older you get, typically, you start to have things go wrong with you physically, and that can create what's called a table rating. Table ratings mean that there's a higher likelihood that a claim will have to be paid. And because of that, you get assigned like a table rating, A, B, C, all the way up to a table H. With Columbus Life on our permanent products, anything up to a table C, will shave it down to a standard. That saves your clients money and it saves you a potentially embarrassing conversation. That's a big one. We've got a number of other things that are out there too, as far as product underwriting. We've got where you can actually take your client if they've had an exam with their primary care physician in the last 12 months, and the exam that they took has the same things that we would need for an insurance exam. We can use that instead of having them go over to Portamedic or to Hooper Holmes or one of those other vendors to take the exam, do the blood draws and all that. We can use their existing one if it conforms to everything we would normally get in an insurance exam. Saves time and saves, you know, having to schedule something and have an examiner come out to see them. Again, when we get together on our full-blown meeting, I'll go into a lot of this stuff in depth. I just want to let you know that with Columbus Life, we're there to support you. We've got the products that your clients are going to enjoy. I think you're going to like working with us. And again, whatever I can do to support you, I want to get you guys to that 2 billion because I would consider that an achievement on my part as well as it would be on yours. So with that, I'm going to open it up to any questions.
Perfect. Anybody have any questions? I'm going to put the image back up. People are asking for the image, the V card, and that's it right there. That's the V card code. So, like I said, if you're trying to scan it, try to do so. But if not, just take a picture. Take a picture, and then that way you'll go ahead and have the information so we can go ahead and bring the gentleman back on. If anybody has any questions about anything, I will tell you that we're going to be calling a play, or I'm going to be calling the play, that we're going to get behind Columbus because I have a tremendous responsibility and obligation to make sure that anything and everyone that I bring on board, that I can hold them responsible for coming through with us. And I can't help you if you're submitting stuff somewhere that I don't have the type of influence and control over, or if I simply didn't send you in that direction. So I'm asking everybody to continue to trust me like you have for over 20 years now, to know that after a lot of research, this is the best thing for our clients, and it's also the best thing for you. So I'm asking everybody to get behind it. So today's just the meet and greet. That's all we're doing. Real soon we're going to have a meet and eat or something like that. You know, where we get everybody together in person. But we are going in that direction, and I'm asking for everybody to fall into formation because we need everybody to do their part. One thing is she can't get on the webinar, but she wanted to share with everybody. Her name is Sarah Jensen. Everybody knows her. Sarah has been, I think, at 7 or 8 cases that she sent over to Columbus Life, and her exact words to both myself and George has been that she's not sending anything anywhere ever again. And that's fine because we really do want people to be so blown away by the service that they literally keep sending their stuff there. She had a few cases that were snagged up with NLG's underwriting, and it was just turning into a bigger mess than it was worth for her clients and also for her, that she redirected them to Columbus, and Columbus said, no, we'll take them, and here you go. All of them, and nobody got rated, and everybody was happy. So she just simply continues to, praise Columbus Life. I wanted to see if anybody else has any experience with Columbus that you might want to share with the rest of the team. We don't have everybody here, but we have around 30 something people, and you're all producers, so it's all about you. One more time for the QR code, guys. It's not that hard. Here,
I
let's
have a
take.
question, Javier.
Sure.
This is Jaime Sandoval. What's the current rate for rollovers, annuities over $100,000?
We're talking right now, just so you know, there's going to be an answer to that, but our main thing today revolves around the life insurance side, replacing the issues that we've had with Anaco going out of business. So we're going to focus initially on nothing more than the actual life insurance, and I'm talking about the IULs and things like that. Just so you know.
Hi,
So that's
yeah, I got a comment. Hi, Sam. This is Stephen Bryan calling. How are you?
Hi, Stephen. Doing well, thank you.
So a couple things. First, I just want to say I appreciate the single application process now instead of having to split that up. That's nice to have. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Second, reinsurance, options about reinsurance. What can you elaborate on that a little bit?
So reinsurance, typically where we'll see people interested in looking at reinsurance is when we're unable to give an offer, or the offer that we give may not be something that they feel that the client would be able to accept. So we can go through our reinsurance partners. We have a number of reinsurance partners that we can go to. Typically, they can make a decision within a few days because we've fully underwritten it anyway. And so within a couple of days, they can come back and either say they give a better offer, the same offer, in some cases a worse offer, but I've rarely seen that. It's either been the same or a better offer, and then we go with that. It's with a reinsurance partner, they're basically underwriting the risk, but it's still on Columbus Life paper. Everything else flows through. It looks identical. It's just that they are taking on the death benefit risk.
And you guys offering up the option versus it having to be requested?
Yes. Yeah. Well, typically we will ask you if you want us to go to reinsurance. If we make the offer, we'll say, this is what we've got. And you can come back and say, no, I don't like it. Can we go to reinsurance? If we're unable to make an offer, that's what you'll see from us. It'll be, hey, do you want us to go to reinsurance? And I've seen sometimes where, they've been able to, they're getting pretty aggressive on the reinsurance side of the house lately. So you might have some good success with that.
Okay, yeah, I'm in the middle of it now, so I was just curious as to your thoughts. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Perfect. Anybody else, please, questions, comments, concerns, anything at all regarding Columbus before we let him go?
Yeah, this is Mike Ward. I just recently, last 2 weeks, just got contracted. I met with Jonah, gave me a phone call, walked me through the illustration, walked me through my first application. Can't speak enough about how great the service has been. Very, very simple process. And from as far as the questions getting answered, the responsiveness was the other thing that's happened extremely quickly. And happy to have submitted yesterday submitted my second application, and looking forward to doing many more. It's been a breeze of a process. Should be no hesitation, and quite again, the important thing is communication and questions getting answered in an efficient manner, and it happens so far every single time. Can't speak highly enough about Jonah and the team. Glad to be a part of the new group.
Oh, Michael, that's so encouraging. I'll let Jonah know that. I'm sure you've talked to him about it, but I'll let him know that I was on this call tonight and that you called him out. And so
Please do. He's doing a great job.
I will. I'll let him know.
Thank you. And one thing that I will tell you that one of the common denominators I keep hearing as I've been doing my due diligence with different carriers has been how simple it is to do business with them, with Columbus Life. And so I will tell you that real soon, and I mean like next week, I'm not going to be handling any issues from anybody that has having an issue with their cases getting snagged up or caught up with another carrier. I don't have time for that nonsense. We're going to be calling a play that we're going to get behind Columbus, and I want to be able to call Sam myself and say, hey, Sam, here's what we got going on with this case. He can do his part to help us out, and that's about it. We cannot do this across the board with many other carriers for the simple fact that we don't want to water down our purchasing power, if you would, because we bring very good business to the table. I think that we have the best type of business in all of FFS, without a doubt, more quality business. And so, again, we don't want to water it down. So please do yourself and your clients a business. Start off with Sam and Columbus. And one thing that we are going to address, we just came up this today. I was having a breakfast a meeting with Rhett, and I know that there are some of you that did get appointed. Well, again, we were just mentioning this, how Sam came out a couple of years ago. They got appointed. They didn't produce anything. They got booted out from Columbus. Now they want to get back on board, but they can't even run scenarios or illustrations because they got booted out and they want their first piece of business to come in. So they're having a hard time. How do we run an illustration to get our first piece of business if we don't have access to it? So I'll take it up with Sam to see if there's anything that can be done. If there is, there is. If there isn't, there isn't. But we do have some people already that have been at some point appointed with Columbus, and maybe we can get them reappointed somehow. And
Sure.
Because we don't, they're right. How are they going to run an illustration if they can't log in? And that's a very valid point. So we'll take care of that. Anybody else? Questions, comments, concerns from anybody at all? Anybody? All right. Well, listen.
Javier, it's Monica.
Monica, go ahead, please.
Just wanted to let you know, like I went through the process like a month ago. I had a potential client and I wanted to run Columbus. I never been on Columbus before, but I was appointed with them. So I had to just call customer service and they walk, as long as you have your initial email with your agent ID code, they can review it and they can look you up and they will send you the code to go into the website, your agent code as well, and that way you can create your username and password. And they're really friendly and really easygoing, so it wasn't difficult at all. But just you have to be appointed with them first, and they
Perfect.
can do everything.
Perfect. Well, thank you for the feedback. And like I said, we really appreciate it. And it's nice to hear so many positive things. Because I'll be the very first to tell you, I don't deal in false hope. If there are things we need to fix, then we work on them and we call it what it is. But I haven't had that from Columbus. And as you guys know, that we sometimes do have that with other carriers. And I think that right now, some of the other carriers are spoiled. They're cherry picking the hell out of cases right now. And in the process, the system's clogged up with very good business, but because they're cherry picking it, some of the other business just being clogged up, denied, or whatever the case might be. And so again, that would be double dumb on our part to keep shoving good applications, into a system like that. And that's where Columbus comes in. So this is just like I said, meet and greet today. We are going to have more training. Sam's going to come out in person here as well, where he's going to be on our Monday morning webinars, and we're 100% serious about making sure that he can hold me accountable and Sam and all of Columbus Live to say, hey, we're doing our part. We're submitting applications, and you guys are dropping the ball, or whatever the case might be. But I'm confident that that's not going to be the case, and so that's why I'm telling you I'm staking my reputation on this move to go with Columbus. And I just challenge everybody to please continue to trust me, knowing that I have nothing more than your client's best interests at heart. And after, like I said, 22 years, timing is everything. I told Sam this is a great opportunity for them to earn our business and earn your business because of the whole Anaco situation. The dynamics have changed. We got to send this business somewhere. Why not them? Especially with, again, them being so good at what they do as well. Any other questions before we let Sam go and we go into the Cal Savers? If not, Sam, I just want to say thank you once again. Anything closing remarks you want to make before we move on, sir?
Well, I'll give you two phone numbers. One of them is the sales desk itself, and I know a number of you have already called that number, but it's 1-800-677-9696. When you dial that number, an automated thing comes on. Just hit number 4. That goes right to the sales desk. Keep in mind, this is Cincinnati, Ohio, so it's East Coast time. So it's 3-hour difference from what you're used to out in California. And then the other number is mine, which if you've got that QR thing, it's probably already popped up. But just so you know it, it's 602-717-7320.
Sam, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your time, and especially on the short notice. And again, we're definitely very lucky to have you here, and I appreciate you. And we're going to do our part to make sure we make you guys proud and help us get over that $2 billion mark. All right?
Yay. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great
Thanks so
evening.
much. Okay, thank you.